I'm Kathy Bell, and I'm 62. I am a Philadelphia native who has lived the last 30 years in a small town in south central Pennsylvania named Carlisle. And I just moved here a year ago. And I'm a master's level social worker, but I've been on disability since 2005. And because of a treatment-resistant depression, and for the last 4 years I've been working my way back to getting a professional job again. But if you think about cancer and people who have had been treated for it, thought it was over, came back, treated, over, and then they get to a point of end stage and they go, this is enough, I want palliative care, just make me comfortable for the end of my life. With my depression, and after many hospitalizations and suicide attempts over a decade, I was at end stage disease. So I said, how am I going to survive this? I have lost everything in my life. And there was nothing to live for. And I had a dog when I was married. We had a Dalmatian for 13 years. And I knew I was responsible owner, and I knew I was more physical with her. And so I went through the process of adopting a rescue. This organization had a certain Sunday each month where all of the animals that were pending adoption or being considered, they would bring it to a PetSmart store in this town that I lived. And so I arranged with the organization to go visit. There was this overweight, scruffy little dog who looked really unhappy to be amongst all of these others. And it turned out that she was the one I was considering. And I wasn't impressed, but the foster parent who was there with her, we walked up and down the aisles at PetSmart, and I just was like, well, I was given second chances when I didn't deserve them. My friends stood with me, suicide attempt, hospitalization after hospitalization, and I didn't deserve all those second chances. Who am I to say that this overweight, scruffy little guy or girl was not deserving of my second chance? And so because I was still very depressed, I just said very flatly, okay, I'll take her. She turned out to save my life. Now, I wasn't happy to have to get up off the sofa to walk Cookie. I wasn't happy to take her out in the backyard and throw balls to her. But she had to have me do that, and that was the bargain I made with her. And it was amazing that she got cuter to me. She wasn't this little overweight, middle-aged dog anymore. She became this delight, this happy little creature that everybody responds to. And in the year that we've been in Center City, and we go to Rittenhouse Square every afternoon for her to chase her balls, we have made so many friends, and she has allowed me to come out of myself and to talk to people who I would have never talked to otherwise because I'm an introvert, but she is the vehicle that has allowed me to find myself again. But philosophy of life is, I think that we have an obligation to do our part, and if there's a God, and I don't know if there's a God or not, but if there is a God and God asks me, okay, Kath, what did you do with your life? I want to be able to have an answer. I want to be able to say, okay, this is better because I was there.
She's a wonderful person. She'll try and help you. Anything she can help you with, she will. And cooking. So you see cooking her, you just cheer right up. You depress her, and you think depressed, she'll just show you right up. Right? She'll say, what's the matter? She'll try and help you get out of your depression mode.
Well, she's a very, very lovely person. Very lovely person. Especially cooking. I mean, she always come up and say, James, when you want a cookie fix, come on up here and get the cookie fix. And that's what's nice about her. I mean, we need more people like her in the world. I mean, the way the world is today, there's so much confusion, so much hatred. When you run into a young lady like that, it's natural. So you will learn to appreciate it. You want to keep her around much longer. That's what I like about her so much.
I think Kathy is very intuitive, kind, generous-hearted. She's no nonsense. I mean, that's for sure. She's very knowledgeable. She's taught me a lot about the area, like historically, and or even where I want to get a piece of birthday cake. You know, she's a beautiful person.
Treating people with dignity, regardless of whether they're $1 million guy or woman or somebody who hasn't eaten today or hasn't bathed this week, well, then that's because we all deserve each other's respect. You know, because I've had a pretty full life and a pretty blessed life. Even though I've really had this awful chronic illness, I've had opportunities that have been amazing to me. And I'm ready. Because I'm 62 years old and I've been blessed with all this training, and I have been blessed with all kinds of opportunities, and I don't think that I've contributed my fair share yet.